Good afternoon, I'm George Cahilas sitting in for Mai Rodriguez. This is Newsfeed. President Bongbong Marcos vetoes a proposed law granting Filipino citizenship to controversial Chinese entrepreneur Li Duan. The bill was intended to recognize his contributions to the local economy, but the president cited national security concerns and questions over Wang's background. The Senate in January approved House Bill 8839 with a vote of 19-1. Senator Risa Ontiveros opposed Li's naturalization bid, citing his alleged ties to illegal POGO operations. The Senate is not a tool for self-promotion. That assertion from Senate President Escudero after releasing Ambassador Marcos Lacanilao from Senate detention. Senator Amy Marcos earlier sought to detain the special envoy accused of lying in her probe on former President Rodrigo Duterte's arrest. She also claimed Escudero refused to sign the contempt order. But Escudero says he never received the order and that detention without his approval was unauthorized. He urges Senator Marcos to refrain from using the Senate as a platform for her own personal political objectives. Tragedy in New York City after a tourist helicopter crashed into the Hudson River near Lower Manhattan. New York Mayor Eric Adams says all 6 people on board, including the pilot and 3 children, were killed. The aircraft reportedly lost control minutes after taking off, then hit the water upside down. An investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board is underway.
According to the manifest, aboard the helicopter were 6 people, 1 pilot, 2 adults, and 3 children. NYPD divers pulled 4 people from the crash site, and FDNY divers recovered an additional 2. 4 victims were pronounced dead on scene, and 2 more were removed to local area hospitals, where sadly both succumbed to their injuries.
At this time, all 6 victims have been removed from the water, and sadly, all 6 victims have been pronounced deceased. Again, we're praying for the families and our gratitude to the rescuers and the courage that was displayed in their dedication.
A taxiway mishap at Reagan Washington National Airport, where an American Airlines plane carrying at least 3 members of Congress was clipped by another American Airlines jet. No one was hurt and the damage was limited, but both planes were taken out of service to be inspected by maintenance teams. Last January, 67 people died in a mid-air collision between an American Airlines flight and an Army helicopter at Washington Airport. And Pope Francis, who is taking 2 months rest, makes a surprise visit to St. Peter's Basilica. Rather than his usual traditional white papal attire, the pontiff wore black pants with a striped blanket wrapped around his chest. He was also still in a wheelchair and had a small nasal hose. The 88-year-old Pope has been recovering at the Vatican after being hospitalized for 38 days due to double pneumonia. He was discharged from hospital on March 23rd. Thanks for watching. I'm George Cahilas sitting in for Mai Rodriguez. Stay tuned. Billionaire News Channel is on Free TV 31 and on 24 on Cignal. Also check our website, pnc.ph.